All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So, we are going to do a review today of a movie that I, quite frankly, in all honesty, have been putting off watching. Now, you might ask yourself why. Why did I put off watching Smile 2? And that's what we're here today to talk about is Smile 2. And let me tell you why I put this off. Okay, first of all, the original Smile, the movie Smile, was quite the surprise for me because when I saw the trailers for Smile, I thought to myself, this is just going to be a combination of The Ring and what was that movie where they play Truth or Dare? That's the movie, isn't it? And they had the demons, and the demons would like smile real big before they would kill themselves, which is sort of actually, upon thinking about it, exactly what Smile was. In many ways, Smile took a combination of things from The Ring and it put it together with things with Truth or Dare, and it made a movie. And that movie was way more entertaining than the idea of taking concepts from those two movies and putting them together should be. Smile was good. Like, I think 3/4 of the movie Smile was super good. I think maybe, just maybe, it dragged a little too much. And we're going to get into that when we talk about Smile 2. But I think maybe, just maybe, it dragged a little too much. But I thought it was really good. The ending was weird. We're going to get into that when we talk about Smile 2 as well. The ending was super weird, but I'll tell you what. There's this sort of like allegory where it's like there's this demon that's doing these things, but then there's also this character that's battling her past and sort of some mental illness related to that past. I loved it. I loved that. I love when movies do that, okay? I don't like when they do it in a smarmy way, like some A24 movies try to do. I'm on to you. But I do like it when movies try to be sort of bigger than they are. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, you're telling a complex story and you're making the viewer think a little bit, which in all honesty is good. Is good. Look, I need my Transformers crap fest movies. I need my Fast and the Furious movies. I want those to be as ridiculous as possible, but every now and then I do like a thinker. And I think in many ways, Smile kind of does make you think a little bit if you choose to, but you can take the adventure kind of where you want to. Now let's get to Smile 2 and why I held off reviewing this movie. And I did that because I just thought to myself, why the hell are we making this movie? Why does there need to be a sequel to Smile? Smile was good and successful. Why do we need another one? And we know why we needed another one, because Big Daddy Studio likes Big Daddy money. And so that's why we get another one. But I have to say that I was surprised with Smile 2, just like I was with the original. And let's get into it. So I want to say this, Smile 2, and I'm going to try to avoid spoilers as much as I can, but that's going to be kind of hard to do because I need to talk a little bit about what I think is really good about this movie. And in order to do that, I have to spoil a tiny bit of it, okay? I'm not going to spoil the end. I'm not going to spoil like events in the movie specifically. I'll try to keep those out of this review. But I am going to spoil certain concepts that the movie touches on because I think that's important. Okay, but let's talk about it. Smile 2 starts off with a bang, okay? And if you want my opinion, I kind of wish that the movie would have kept up this pace throughout its entire runtime because that would have been really badass. Like, I think the way this movie starts is actually the best part of the movie in many ways. It's so cool. It does tie back to the first one. And it does so in a fun and exciting way, and you almost kind of feel like you're watching an action movie. And that's really cool. The concept here, which again, I just promised I'm not going to spoil the movie, so gosh darn it, I can't get into it. But the concept here at the beginning of this film was great, and I think you could have made an hour and a half movie out of that concept, and it would have been fun to watch. But we get that at the beginning, and then the pace sort of slows down because now we have to introduce this new character, and we have to sort of explain how the demon or entity that is sort of the antagonist here in Smile is, you know, we have to introduce how those two come together. And I think that's done actually pretty well. It's just slow. This movie could have cut 30 minutes off its runtime and it would have been better. I think that's one of the big knocks I have on the movie is it just there were parts that were pretty drawn out and you're kind of like, okay, this could have been quicker. But I want to say the actress in this movie, Naomi Scott, who plays the lead, she does a banger job in this movie. And I mean that. She does incredible in this movie. It might be the top horror performance of the year for me. And I know that's saying a lot because there are a lot of contenders in that realm, but it's certainly, look, I'm not going to say it is definitively. Okay. David Dastmalchian in Late Night with the Devil was really good. I may have just said his last name wrong. I'm sorry if I did. I am a dumb. But this is great. Naomi Scott is really great in this movie. She's really believable. She plays the role so well. There's nuance to the character like this because of the story they're trying to tell. And I think that she does a great job playing this pop star that has this past that's sort of struggling through that. And it creates a lot of confusion. And that wouldn't be as acceptable as it is if not for her strong performance. So I want to highlight that Naomi Scott does a banger job in this movie. I also want to say that Jack Nicholson's son is in this movie, and he doesn't play like a major role in the movie, but you can absolutely tell by looking at him that it's Jack Nicholson's son, and it's so funny because you can see so much of his father in him, and that's kind of cool. I don't know, him and his big smile, because the smile thing he does. It's just fun. It's just fun to see Jack Nicholson's son doing that. I don't know why. But it fits. There are really cool shots in this movie, kind of like there are in the first one, like just upside down cities and just cool creative things with the camera that are really fun. It's shot very well. It's done very well. The gore was like well above where I thought it would be for a studio film in 2024. The gore's great in this movie. It's not as gory as Terrifier 3, of course, but there's some gory stuff in this movie. The movie's a mind F. It's a mind F, and it kind of, that is one of the pros and cons of this film, actually, is that it's such a mind F. It's a great allegory for addiction. It really is. Whereas the first one might have been for trauma, this one is for addiction. It's almost as if the antagonist is the demon, but the antagonist is also inside of Naomi Scott, and she battles this reputation that she has, and she battles the demons within her of addiction, and I think there's a lot told throughout the movie that sort of ties what you're seeing in the spiritual sense of this entity in with the battles that happen inside of you when you're fighting addiction. And I think that is so well done in this movie. And it's actually one of the bigger points of the movie to me, because I was seeing that sort of connection throughout the movie. And I thought that was done so well. It's one of the strengths of Smile so far, the Smile 1 and Smile 2. You're dealing with very complex characters who are dealing with very complex life situations. And it does sort of create this air of you can tie this demonic entity into the struggles of dealing with this stuff. And it handles it so well. And I'm actually very impressed with how it was done. It picks up again at the end, but I have to say this. The end was very confusing once again. This is 2 movies in a row where I think the end gets kind of confusing and you're almost asking yourself, like, what? And sometimes I like that. Sometimes I like when a movie makes me go, whoa, what? But this was more like annoying because it was one of those situations where I'm like, do I believe like anything that I saw in the last like 2 hours of this movie? What was real and what wasn't? At what point I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to go any further than that, but I'm just going to say the ending was confusing and I think hurts the film. So, okay, here's my ranking system. Ready? It is kill, screw, marry. I got to pick one of them to do a Smile 2. We're marrying this bitch. Smile 2 is great, okay? Smile 2 is maybe one of my top horror films of the year. It's better than I ever thought it was going to be. All of the hype, I think, makes sense to what I saw in the film. I really like it. It's a banger performance from Naomi Scott. This is 2 smiles in a row that outkick their coverage, which means I'm all in, baby. Give me Smile 3. We are marrying Smile. It is Smile 2. It is absolutely a recommend. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, do all the things that you do that help support the channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate Smile 2. I appreciate the Buckeyes. We got a big win today. I appreciate life. Thank you all very much. I will see you all in the next one.